So as we hear about the death of Betty Boothroyd, the former Tiller girl, who then became one of the most accomplished speakers of the House of Commons, probably the last great speaker of the House of Commons, it's interesting, I think, how Jacob Rees-Mogg and Boris Johnson are clinging to the sort of dirt raking to effectively scupper the deal for Northern Ireland. Why? Well, it's not impossible that all they're really trying to do is remain relevant. Because once this deal is done, the relevance of Boris Johnson will disappear. The relevance of Jacob Rees-Mogg will disappear. Because these two people are tied up with the Brexit deal, which put in place the Northern Ireland Protocol and the problems. These two people are tied up with a Brexit deal where people didn't look at the small print and ended up with something which was impossible to accept. If Rishi Sunak can cut through that with the help of the Europeans, with Ursula von der Leyen, under the auspices of the King, I mean, it's absolutely essential that the King is involved in the sort of formal signing of any deal. It's not dragging the King into politics. The King is in politics. And this sort of mudraking that we've seen in the last day, though in fact it's been there for the last month or two, is typical of the sort of mudraking that has gone on throughout the second half of this government's term of office going all the way back to Cameron. And it's distasteful, it's ugly, and it's beneath contempt. And it started particularly with Mrs. May. It continued with Liz Truss and with Boris Johnson. And now they're out of the way. And we've got somebody who actually is trying to deliver for the people. I mean, he's not the best choice. Rishi Sunak, I don't imagine he would be anybody's best choice. But he is the only choice. And he has the reputation for looking at detail. Something that Liz Truss frankly had not. Liz Truss actually had the reputation for not bothering to look at the detail. It's the detail which got these people into trouble in the first place. It's the detail and the cavalier attitude of Johnson and the attitude of Mrs. May that actually a bit of paperwork, a few words will solve all the problems. No. The detail and looking at the meaning of words and looking at the way words will be used in the future, the way these words will be used in the future, that is at the heart of setting up a political agreement. And I think Sunak understands that. I think the King understands that. I think Ursula von der Leyen understands that. And Betty Boothroyd certainly understood that. The words we say today will come back to haunt us if we don't get them right.